Is my voice clear to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so let's begin today's class. So sit up on your mat and gently close the eyes. Be in any comfortable posture. And just start observing the breath. Just keep observing the breath and check the state of your mind. And check your posture, back neck is straight, face is relaxed, neck and shoulders are relaxed. And then you scan the body, it should be completely relaxed. And slowly come back to the breath, be aware of the breath. And as you begin to deepen the breath, just go for a slow, long, and deep inhalation, then hold for 2 seconds and then exhale out. And follow this breath pattern for a few breaths. And prepare yourselves mentally for chanting Om 3 times, followed by 3 Shanti. And inhale deeply for Om. Shant, shant, shanti. Just feel the vibration. Join both the palms together and rub both the palms together. Place them on the eyes. And very slowly while blinking and looking at the palm, open up the eyes and back with a smile. And namaste to everyone. Let us begin today's class. So today we are starting with yet another practice. The next pranayama that is going to be introduced is the Bhastrika Pranayama. Today we are discussing the Bhastrika Pranayama.
Which one did we discuss on Saturday? Sorry, I could not attend the class.
We discussed Surya Bhedan on Saturday.
Only Surya Bhedan, na?
Yeah. So I'm just writing it down in the chat box for you guys. Bhastrika, Bhastrika, Bhastrika Pranayama, also called the bellows breath. And the Sanskrit term Bhastrika means bellow. Okay, bellows. So it is called this, like the term Bhastrika is used for this pranayam because, when the blacksmith blows the bellows in order to increase the fire, the flow of air in the fire. In that way, like when he does that, it is a very forceful inhalation and exhalation. So right now, when we begin the class, you observe the natural breath. There is no force you are applying when you're observing the breath. But over here, we are consciously inhaling and exhaling, like very fast, and it is forceful also. So when I'll demonstrate, you will understand more why I'm saying this. So because the breath is forceful and rapid, that is why it is called bellows breath or Bhastrika Pranayama. Yeah, and when you practice this, again, the heat of the body increases with this pranayama also. So the overall heat of the body will increase when you practice this pranayam. So once again, students who are in India and experiencing hot climate right now, they can go for lesser rounds. If you are in a colder region, then you can go ahead and practice this more. And for us also, as the weather gets better, like and winters approach, that is when this practice can you can increase the number of rounds basically when you go for this practice, because already we are experiencing so much heat. So if we increase the heat of the body, like it gets uncomfortable. So practice according to your capacity. Okay. So what happens is when the breath is taken in and exhaled out rapidly, the flow of the oxygen in the body increases. Okay, so that is why sometimes what will happen is when you practice Bhastrika, suddenly you might feel dizzy. Okay, so and the eyes will also be closed. So like you start feeling dizzy, and because the eyes are closed, you feel more dizzy. So in that case, like just suspend the practice and wait for your breath to become normal. Okay, so right now, because the oxygen level is, you know, we experience the oxygen level at a particular, you know, there is the oxygen that we acquire right now is at a particular level basically, and with this that increases. So sometimes people face a lot of dizziness. So in that case, if there is discomfort, just suspend the practice. Okay. So again, this practice has to be done in a sitting position where your spine is straight and the body should be relaxed. Okay, so posture is sitting. Then mudras once again. whatever you feel comfortable with, you can adopt that mudra with both the hands. So your hands will be placed on the knees throughout the practice. So you don't have to, like for Nadi Shodhan, we have to form a different mudra with the right hand. So that's not the case. You can go ahead and adopt any mudra. And this technique, like when you sit and do this technique, just be very mindful that the inhalation exhalation should be equal over here. So sometimes what happens is we focus more on the inhalation and less on the exhalation, but both should be kept equal during this practice. And let's first look at the benefits, contraindications first. Who shouldn't practice? Then I'll tell you the entire technique. Of course, you can just write down the contraindications for this practice. So somebody, once again, because heat is being produced, so anybody who's suffering from heart conditions and high BP, hypertension, they should not practice this pranayama. Again, it's working on the heat. So, acidity, these all issues, they should not practice. And because there is such intense movement in the body, even though it is in the lungs, like so inward and outward movement of the lungs. However, the diaphragm also moves along with that and it impacts the abdomen. So anybody who has hernia or ulcers, vertigo, they should not practice this. Yeah, there is no need to put any unnecessary pressure when you are going through any of these conditions. And next thing is that if somebody has had any surgery like abdomen related surgery or overall any surgery, then for a particular amount of time they should not go for Bhastrika. So Bhastrika is an intense practice. You can go for sectional breathing, you can go for Nadi Shodhana, but not Bhastrika Pranayama. Let's look at some benefits.
Menstruation also not to be practiced while menstruating.
Avoid this one.
Okay, so I think the same conditions that were there in Kapalabhati will apply to this.
Yeah, mostly yes.
Pregnant women, herniation in disc, sinusitis, GERD, acidity, high BP.
Not exactly for, but yeah, sinusitis also, they will face some like irritation. Yeah, that will take place. Even pregnancy, of course, you need to avoid. It is an intense, it's a rigorous practice basically. So yeah, these things do apply. But in this practice, there is no direct pressure on the abdomen. Like in Kapalabhati, there is direct pressure on the abdomen. Over here, we are breathing with the chest, like we are going for chest breathing when we are doing this practice. That is one of the
So
differences.
the people
Like
suffering from BP, high BP, low BP should do it or not?
high BP, no. Low BP, it will help you to increase the heat in the body. Yes, they can
And
go for.
diabetic people can do it?
See, it will have an impact on the abdomen because when you go for rapid movement of the chest, the diaphragm will constantly go up and down. So it will help people who have diabetes because again, when the diaphragm will move, it will impact the organs directly, like the abdominal organs. So it will be helpful.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is what I was coming to, the benefits. Yeah. So as per Hatha Yoga text, this helps you. First thing that this pranayam does is because it generates heat, it helps you to burn the toxins from the body. Okay, so removal of toxins. And this works on all three, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So any disorder related to the three of them, it will actually balance out the three doshas. It works towards the balance of the three doshas and increase of carbon dioxide in the body. Also, the rate at which because the breath is fast, the rate at which carbon dioxide and oxygen at exchange is taking place, that is also very rapid when you do this.
Did you
So
say increase of carbon dioxide?
No. The increase of the exchange of the gases. So oxygen and carbon dioxide both. And that is why it works directly on the metabolic rate of the body. It is also a good practice if you're looking for concentration of mind. If you're looking for tranquility, peace, after this practice, once you practice this pranayam, you will yourself see how you're feeling. So once you go into such an intense practice, after that, when there is a pause, so the mind is completely calm and stable. Okay, and again, there is direct work on the lungs. So the technique we are going to learn, that is going to be inhalation and exhalation through the lungs. By lungs, I mean chest region. So you will find certain techniques of Bhastrika which work with the abdomen. So they say that when you are doing rapid inhalation and exhalation, the abdomen should move. Or in some places, you will find that maybe through when you are inhaling, you inhale through like you go for abdominal breathing, and when you exhale, you go for chest like exhalation, or vice versa. Like there are multiple techniques you will find when it comes to Bhastrika. So we are going to go for the chest one. Okay, so when we are doing this chest technique, so this technique using the chest, so automatically lungs, you know, your the shallow breath that happens, like when people have anxiety, a lot of anxiety, they're not able to breathe properly. So this will help them, because now you're making conscious effort to use the chest region specifically to inhale and exhale. And Bhastrika also, like I'll demonstrate this to you, but there are also different stages of practicing this. So let me come to this. First is write down that for a beginner, again, uh, a practice of 10-15 rounds is good. They can begin with that, and then they can increase the number of rounds. So let me just demonstrate the practice. So the technique is they sit in any comfortable posture. Yeah, back and neck should be straight. And then we'll just close the eyes and just watch the breath for a while. And at the end of Bhastrika, we go for one round of Surya Bhedan. So If you go to 𝐻𝐸𝐿, this is the technique that is given. Just after you breathe for a while, just the breath is calm. We'll just exhale completely and begin the breath. So and then we'll end with one round of Surya Bhedan. So after you have exhaled completely, like last round exhalation will take place, you will form the Pranayama Mudra. Gently close the left nostril, inhale through the right. Then you can go for retention also. So you can close both the nostrils. And then exhale. So that one with the retention, like right now I retained the breath. So that is the original technique that is given in 𝐻𝐸𝐿. But we can go for normal round of Surya Bhedan also. So inhale through the right and directly then exhale through the left. So like for now, we're not going to practice the kumbhak when we do this. But after like say around 15 rounds, we are going to go for one round of Surya Bhedan. Okay. Any doubts in this?
No. Only the chest will move in this, right?
Yeah, chest will move. So up and down. So okay. And this also you can do at different places. So one is that I'm taking enough time. So one you can do this. Then you can go for medium pace. So slow pace. Then we have medium pace. If you're comfortable with this pace, inhalation, exhalation should be equal. That is the condition. Okay. So then you can go for a little faster. So and if you're comfortable with this, then you can go ahead and practice at a fast pace. So fast pace is for advanced level practitioner. So for now, just try to find your natural pace. So then advanced level, we will go very fast. So this is very, very fast. So we're not going to go ahead and do this. So go for either slow pace or medium pace, whichever you are comfortable with. Okay. And last round is one round of Surya Bhedan. Any doubts in this, like how you have to do step by step? I have told you.
Sorry, could you please write the name of this breathing, please?
Bhastrika. I'll just write it down, then I'll take the second out. Just give me a second.
Sorry, I'm joining late.
I've written it in the chat box. What was the other doubt?
So just to clarify, we're focusing on the chest more, not the abdomen is going to move, but because I'm just trying it now, but like my abdomen is still moving.
The abdomen will move. Yeah. So the abdomen will move. Why? Because the diaphragm is moving continuously. However, your focus is on the chest. So when we do chest breathing, our focus is on the chest. We forget about the abdomen. You totally disconnect, and even though the abdomen moves, then also like there is some movement in the abdomen. We are just placing our awareness on the chest. Okay. So chest will move. Abdomen will also move, but you are not concerned about that. Okay.
Okay.
It's all connected, so you cannot
can't completely isolate the chest. The abdomen is bound to move, but the focus is on the chest. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So I think we can go ahead and practice. So we are going to go for abdominal breathing first. Okay. And then we are going to go for Bhastrika Pranayama. So first we are just going to work with our breath, calm down the mind and prepare the mind for the pranayama. It's very important that you prepare yourself for the pranayama. So always when you're going for a personal practice also, either asanas are placed and then pranayama, like in the normal classes also you will see after asana pranayama is performed, or if you're directly starting with some pranayam, then take out some time to relax yourself and relax your breath. Okay, first, so that when you step into the pranayam, our breathing is already a little bit in control. Okay, so let's begin the practice. So all of you can just sit up on the mat. Try to go for Ardha Padmasana or Padmasana. And if you feel that you do not want to go for either of these postures, then you can sit in Sukhasana. Swastikasana also you can adopt. And then just gently close the eyes and start observing the breath. And just inhale and exhale. Just feel the breath as it enters and exits your body. Go into deep relaxation, calming the body and the mind as you breathe. And shift to the practice of Puraka and Rechaka. Slow, long, deep and conscious inhalation. Slow, long, deep and conscious exhalation. Just check your body once. Back and neck is straight and your weight is equally balanced on both the hips. And the entire body is relaxed. And try not to move throughout the practice. So for abdominal breathing and abdominal breathing and then Bhastrika, just try to keep the body as stable as possible. And then come back to the breath. Place the right hand on the abdomen. Exhale completely and then begin to inhale. As you inhale, your abdomen should rise up, should expand. As you exhale, squeeze the abdomen. Just continue with the practice of abdominal breathing for a few more breaths. And with each exhalation, just release out any stress from the body, the mind, and start feeling that control that you're gaining with the breath. As you do abdominal breathing, there is a sense of control that you acquire over the breath. Just shift the attention to that. And continue the practice. We're going to go for 5 more rounds of abdominal breathing. So just go at your own pace. Inhale abdomen out, exhale abdomen in. And once you complete the 5 breaths, just slowly relax your hand, straighten up your back, and come back to the natural breath. Just observe the change in your breath, how your mind is calm, breath is still. Breath is very subtle and relaxed right now. And prepare yourselves for the practice of Bhastrika Pranayama. If you feel uncomfortable, just change the posture. Otherwise, just be in that posture and just check your alignment. Before beginning the practice, just make sure that the body doesn't move a lot as you go for the rapid breaths. Generally, the shoulders have a tendency to move. Just try to avoid that. Just simple movement of the chest, in and out movement. Back neck straight. Let's just dive into the practice. We are going to go for 3 rounds and 15 breaths each time, at the end of which we are going to do 1 round of Surya Bhedan. Again, come back to the breath. Now let's begin with the practice. After your next exhalation, just begin to breathe in the Bhastrika pattern. Then gently, after performing one round of Surya Vedana, you can gently bring down both the hands and just observe the breath. See how you feel. Just observe the changes. And try to keep the pace of the first and last breath equal. Let's prepare ourselves for the second round. Back neck straight, normal breathing for now. And after the next exhalation, just begin the pranayama. After the completion of Surya Vedana, once again bring down your hands and observe. Try to feel the heat. You're going to take a longer relaxation this time before going for the final round. Once again, just make sure that inhalation and exhalation is equal. If it isn't, just slow down the pace of the pranayama. Let us go for the third and last round. So once again, back and neck straight. Start focusing on the breath. And now let's just begin with the practice of Bhastrika. So after the next exhalation, you can start your practice. Once you complete the round of Surya breathing, just bring your hand down and relax. Keep observing the body, the mind, and the breath. Keep observing. Check if you're able to feel the increase in the body temperature. Let's just join both the palms together in front of the chest and rub both the palms together. Keep them on the eyes. Allow your eyes to absorb this heat. One more time, let's rub both the palms together and keep them on the eyes. Very slowly, while blinking, and look at the palms. Begin to open up your eyes. Start coming back. Okay. So, did anybody face any discomfort while practicing?
I did.
You did? Okay.
Yeah. I look. I was wearing extra layer, but I still got really cold. My goosebumps are going away, but yeah, I was getting really cold with this.
These are actually heat generating practices.
I know, it's so weird. My torso is warm, but my limbs get really cold. My and hands and feet get really cold.
Yeah.
I could never do it with just a t-shirt.
Okay. So I'm yet to read up more about the the condition that you wrote. So give me a while. But for now, it won't do you any harm. Okay, that I'm sure of, because we're not going for very intense or extreme practice anyway. So it's not going to do you any harm. So don't worry about that. Okay. But you were feeling heat in the abdominal area?
Yeah, my stomach, my torso is all warm.
Earlier it wasn't? Earlier it was normal?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So
I mean, maybe I was a little bit cold anyway. I shut the window, and yeah, maybe circulation. I wanted to as I was doing the pranayama, as I was continuing, I noticed that I was getting goosebumps on my
okay, so in that case, like whenever this happens, just suspend the practice. You don't want to go too much into the practice if it's making you feel uncomfortable. So this is uncomfortable for you, so just suspend the practice whenever this happens. Okay. Yeah. For future classes also, just suspend the practice. Okay.
okay. I mean, I could maybe do it with a blanket around me or something.
No.
No.
See, I'm yet to read more about that condition, like the condition, the name you wrote. So I'm yet to read up more about it. But any which way, generally speaking, I know none of these practices are going to have any adverse effect on you. And one more thing, if you are feeling discomfort, then it is better if you suspend the practice rather than forcing your body. Okay. So it's okay. Let's see which practices suit you, which don't suit you. Okay.
Do you know
Before,
sorry, the alternate nostril breathing is perfectly fine. It's the
exactly.
Bhastrika and the kapalabhati. I don't know
Exactly.
why. Maybe the vigorous exhalation or something.
Yeah. There is these practices are little bit more intense. Other practices are not this intense. So these practices they will immediately show effect. If something is happening, they will immediately show their effect. In Anulom Vilom also it will take some time to feel that change, that effect. So I was going to say this only till Nadi Shodha and till Anulom Vilom, everything was going well. So those practices, definitely you can go ahead and practice those. If you start feeling uncomfortable, then go to a practice which makes you feel like at least makes you come back to normal. So you can practice Anulom Vilom in that time. So there is no harm done when the pranayam class is taking place. And if you feel you cannot practice, like it's making you feel uncomfortable, then switch to that practice. Okay. Anulom Vilom, Nadi Shodha. Yeah,
Thank you.
great. How about the others? Did anybody feel uncomfortable at any point of time, or was it okay for you? Yeah, no dizziness.
Good, good.
Sorry.
It was good. No dizziness, no problems.
Okay, great. Okay.
I feel a little dizziness, but it's okay.
Yes, it will do that, but eventually, as you go deeper into the practice, if this continues, that is when uh, it's a matter of concern. But right now, because I told you oxygen level will increase and it will increase very rapidly. Ah, okay, yeah. So that is why you will feel a little bit dizzy. Continue your practice if you keep feeling that over and over again. That is when, like in the future classes, you can ask me then if the discomfort continues. Otherwise, most probably it will end like after a while.
Okay, so I did it right. Okay.
Yeah, doing it right. Okay. So, any more doubts? Okay. So,
Hang on,
see,
sorry. Yeah, I did this type of breathing on a course with the Art of Living. Is that the right? Yeah. And it literally sent me into, I didn't do it very, in a very dedicated manner just now, because it scares me, because it literally sent me shaking from head to toe and my whole body started to absolutely shake. They said it was normal. They said it was anxiety leaving my body. I'm not convinced about that. It really, really scared me. I had to just lie there until the numbness, the tingling and everything gradually subsided. Have you ever heard of that before?
see, in Art of Living, they have introduced a variation of the original technique where the hands are also, you sit in Vajrasan
Yes,
and
that's
then
right.
the hands are, they go up and then they come down. This is the technique, right? As far as I'm aware, this is what happens. So when this thing happens, like, so he gave a variation of this technique and it does feel like, so dizziness and this shaking thing will come, but it should eventually subside. So did you continue your practice or did you leave it after this experience?
I did the whole course with them. but it was just that bit. The chest was, and I've not, because obviously you get invited to join kriya frequently afterwards. I've never rejoined. I've just been too scared to join because it really did. And literally my whole head, my feet, my hands, everything had gone. I was literally like this. It was really, really scary. I've never known anything like it before. But they were like, no, it's normal, it's fine. It's, you know, I know. But it was just, do you know when you, I don't know, it was difficult.
Yeah. So it's a variation. If you feel that this one was better, you can go ahead and practice this one. So for now, how did you feel? Was it okay, or did you still
It felt
experience?
okay. No, it felt okay today because I took my time. I didn't rush it. I didn't go into it too fast. So I kept it much steadier. I was much more careful. So yeah, it
Yes,
was okay.
so that's the thing. So in Bhastrika, you have to go step by step. So even I did it very fast today. So, but slow, medium, and then advanced level. So go for slow. Even if you're going for this practice, then go for slower version. Your body will adapt, then you can move to the next level. So don't be afraid. Yeah.
Thank you.
Nothing will happen. Your body will learn to adjust with time. Don't force your body ever.
Yeah.
Great. Any other doubts? Anybody has any other, like, any other thing they want to discuss? Okay, great. So let's end today's session. We'll chant Om one time, followed by three Shantis. Okay. So back and neck straight. Just close the eyes. And inhale deeply for Om. Shanti. 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 Join both the palms together in front of the chest and bow down. Let's just take out this moment to feel grateful for everything we have. And now I'll put the palms together. Keep them on the eyes. Very slowly while blinking and looking at the palms. Open up your eyes. Come back to the smile. And namaste to everyone. I'll see you all tomorrow for your philosophy class. And keep practicing abdominal breathing. Every day you have to practice abdominal breathing. Okay? So keep that practice going. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Namaste. Thank you. Bye.
Much. Bye-bye.